Hello all. Today we are going to be going over a different topic today. I literally couldn't think of any other fucking videos, trust me. But there is one thing I do want to go over today. It's YouTube's dumbass copyright system. Now we all have dealt with this. Content creators like me deal with the copyright system a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean like literally. We deal with this shit on a daily basis if it's music that isn't licensed by us or shit that isn't licensed by us. Just pure stupid shit. This video is basically going to explain the main reason why I have an issue with YouTube. Nothing primarily too debatable, but debatable enough to the point where it would at least be agreeable. Other than the fact that I predicted the YouTube CEO's fucking death years ago. But now, ahead of the topic. Over the years, when it comes to YouTube, I've noticed a lot of the time now, and this wasn't a problem back in early 2012 to early 2019 either. YouTube's copyright system was never this fucking controlling. I have, like, back when my original account went by the name Project Fictional, I did videos on biology to do with fictional characters. Prototype being one of them. I was only 16 at the time. But this time, it just feels like, you know, YouTube's whole entire algorithm has gone to shit over the years. And I know a lot of you agree with me because the entire app now runs like a fucking spud if it had a coin implemented into it and then tossed in with a bunch of chargers. The video I am making is just based off of the genuine fucking fact that YouTube's system has gone to complete and total ass. The exact same way Roblox's system has gone to ass. Like, who the fuck is going to be calling their friend a connection or, hey, do you want to do a connect with me? Like, it's the same issue. That's a thing I've noticed a lot over the years. While the generations are getting dumber, it also appears the CEOs are doing the exact same fucking thing. Now, this video is mainly addressing the copyright problem with a lot of content creators. Now, I'm a small content creator, but back when I was younger, I used to actually be gaining people left, right, and center. I eventually had another YouTube channel come up. And this same student, he was actually a medical student, he was going on about everything about how I was actually focusing on stuff like this. I was the type of person to do these types of content videos for the sake of you lot, because I know every single person is sick and tired of those complimentary videos. And also those allegation videos, but these videos that I make, they're purely just fun. I have nothing else to do in my free time. Like, if I wanted to, I could go out, but my whole entire country is a shit show. And I am autistic, I am allowed to say this. It is more handicapped than a Karen having a fit. Complaining about why her coffee isn't as warm as it should be. You know, that type of shit. I'm complaining, like, it's not really complaining, more just addressing. But it is technically complaining. These YouTube copyright system claims are just too fucking far. Now, a lot of you have seen this as well. YouTube, as well as every other app you could possibly know, has gone to complete and total shit. And the YouTube copyright system, it doesn't work how it used to. Back then, when you actually did get the music that you had in the video, music from a game, YouTube would just pass it off as a one-time thing. They wouldn't hit you with a fucking copyright claim the moment you even upload the video once. These copyright claims are just as bad as Sony suing other brand companies because they're doing shit that isn't by their hands. It's just falling under the same line at the same hour at the same fucking moment. And when it comes to being autistic and in my shoes like this, it is fucking difficult. Because you don't know whether the video is going to be hit with a copyright claim over in-game music that cannot be changed. And I know a lot of you want to actually experience the immersion within the video as it's a complimentary video. Which is fair enough to my standard because I know a lot of people do actually like those types of immersive videos. And these videos I make, they aren't just pure free time, it's also a way for me to get more ideas going for everyone else. I make music, for fuck's sake. Me and my brother made music. And I can't even play that in the fucking game because the moment I do, it is going to overpower my voice. That is the main reason I just use the in-game music. Because the in-game music, high chance, knowing the levels I play are also fun enough, they are definitely a lot better than constantly listening to BDSM shit. I mean, would you rather have regular music playing from the game that's low enough for you to hear my voice? Or hear my voice just barely and then still be hit with a copyright claim even though I can't exactly pitch things how I should be. I'm not doing these videos off of a shitty laptop. I'm not doing it off of a computer. I'm not doing it off of a damn mic. I'm doing it on my PS5. Because the PS5 is the closest thing that can get to actual content creation. It shouldn't cost me having to bring up these constant issues with these apps. Yesterday it was Roblox's Predator problem. I got hit with the copyright claim for the music in Speedrun 4's gameplay because that was the only way I could actually have music in the bank where you guys could still hear me, but not loud enough to the point where it's fucking deafening for everyone. It would be comparable to ear rape if I did end up having more music overlap that. Which, by that standard, is just complete and total fucking stupidity for the apps. Back when I did have my first channel, Project Fictional, as well, I was trying to overcome the same problem, and yet YouTube still persists on these fucking copyright claims. And it's not just me being hit with these dumbass copyright claims for the most stupid of things in existence. No, I am literally getting hit with copyright claims just as hard as fucking KSI singing the thick of it. That is how bad it is, because I am literally in the thick of it as I am trying to record these videos. It is a piece of shit having to get a copyright claim for music I cannot stop. That would practically be comparable to you listening to the thick of it and then expecting people to enjoy that garbage. When I make these videos, I just do it because I know other people are bored. I repeated myself like 6 times to YouTube about this, but not like their fucking own CEO cares when they're just as bad as the CEO of Sony. By this point, I may as well be doing shit my own way and developing my own game where I can have my own music. Because there eventually does draw a line where copyright claims become too fucking much, especially when the copyright claims are for something so minimalistically tiny. Like, you could do absolutely everything to try and avoid these copyright claims, and it would still go sideways for you. That's why I had to hop into this as an experiment to see if YouTube would try to hit me with another copyright claim, which guaranteed they probably fucking would be. But that's where all the main problems begin to show their faces. Because when it comes to these types of situations and these scenarios, when you're on one device where you can canonically record, I can't record on my fucking phone because that's ass. My storage is also ass on it. The audio is just as bad. So I practically have to go for another option that at least is substantial and strong enough for you guys to hear my voice. But it should not get to a point where even when I am doing these types of videos, that the copyright system decides to go, oh, I'm sorry, we'll strip you of your own fame and fortune just because we want to. Sorry, we're $1 billion company, we'd rather fucking strip you of your own money. They may as well have just admitted to it. And you could even say this for yourself as well. It's just redundant. And a lot of the videos I do end up doing, it's on shit that is relevant to what would be today. And not like it wouldn't be relevant, because it is. Because nowadays, everything, and I mean literally everything, is controversial. You could literally make a non-racist joke and yet you'd still be hit with fucking fire from all angles. That is the biggest prominent issue when it comes down to all of this. YouTube's copyright system just goes off the same way it does when it comes to other content creators. But when you're a small YouTuber, you just get hit with that shit so quickly without warning. I only uploaded the video yesterday one time, got one single view, and it was already hit with the copyright claim. When it had nothing to even do with the fucking music I had playing in the background of the level. As I had to record it from there, otherwise it wouldn't be entertaining at all in the slightest. That would actually be fucking painful to do as well if people did think it was that easy. For everything to just be fine when those copyright claims are for something so stupid. Like, back in the 60s, if you had any form of your music being made, there wouldn't even be a damn fine, for fuck's sake. You want to know what there would be? I'll tell you what there would be. It'd be permission. But you'd only have to pay, like, as much as the creator actually wants. Which isn't too bad, but these copyright claims, that's just more fire for them. I spent a whole hour yesterday trying to make that video because a lot of the issues that had to do with Roblox were serious issues that David Baszucki, the fucker behind the game, is refusing to do. He is refusing to fix. It shouldn't get to a point where an 18-year-old like me, who has fucking learning disabilities, has to do a 35-year-old man's job. It shouldn't even be at that point at all. Because it eventually does form into a complete and total load of bullshit when you realize how stupid it is. Like, would you play a game in the back and have music that you had nothing to even do with all of a sudden hit you with the copyright claim over something very minimal and tiny, over music you can't stop? And not like I'm gonna put the entire thing on mute as well. It's like people want their own experience as well without having to sacrifice anything else for content creation. Copyright claims in general nowadays, it's just too fucking much. Like, it is actually too far. It is too fucking much, and it is too far. And I had to bring up my old channel again because it appears to be that's the only form of proof I actually fucking have for nowadays. When I first made my video on Alex Mercer's biology to do with Prototype 1, right? And I had to do that shit off of my phone. Yes. A phone that was actually... The phone itself was 15 fucking years old, and yet it provided me with enough data to actually make a recording for once. And I had music playing in the background. It was Alex Mercer's theme. I didn't get hit with a copyright claim once for that. Even though the music had to do with copyright, I wasn't hit with the copyright claim. The copyright claims were actually fair. It was only if the music was licensed. And a lot of the music in the levels that I played to make the Roblox level more immersive, it's part of the fucking game and it's not even licensed. It's free to use. That's the dumb part about all this. It shouldn't even be at this stage. Like, that's comparable to fucking Lamar having beef with Drake and then having the copyright symbol removed. Like, nobody got time for that shit. Literally, nobody has time for shit that small. And it does actually tank a lot of the YouTube reputation for that video that was after being created too, because we don't get funding for this. This shit's practically our job. And when it does come to these types of videos, you do gain money for it. But it was limited in terms of the video's resources. And that's the main problem. Not just the copyright claims, just in general. There's a lot of issues behind the scenes to do with YouTube and the content creators that just adds on to the fucking stress. Because we don't know what you fuckers will like. We have no idea what any of our viewers will like. We literally have to go so far as to go from the top of our head down to our fucking knees just to see what would actually be viewable and loved by you, the viewers. And then we have the other YouTubers that are so fucking privileged that they're just rubbing in the fact that they're assholes at that point. So while they're all dealing with luxury, the ones that aren't privileged are dealing with the constant financial issues. that is also where, even if we do use music that doesn't belong to us, even when we don't intentionally know if it's copyrighted or if it isn't, YouTube will still try to make sure it comes out that way. It's just controlling. It just becomes controlling at that point. You can't do shit. And high chance, no doubt, I'd end up being hit with a copyright claim for this video too. I genuinely don't fucking know at this point. I made a post about it on my YouTube channel. You guys can actually check it. I even said in the post how redundant it was. Because it shouldn't even be like that at all. Like, you could be there enjoying your time after making the video and then not even 5 seconds. Fucking copyright claim, bitch. That's how far it has turned into. Like, you practically have to be aware and negligible in terms of the copyright claims, which is so fucking hard to follow because when it comes to YouTube's copyright system, it's actually 37 documents long. Nobody got time to read that shit. I tried to read through all of it. I had to stop 1 week after another just so then I could at least get a glimpse. That is how utterly retarded these copyright claims evolve. Like, I could be playing super hot and all of a sudden Zardanek's music plays. I'd be hit with a copyright claim from that too. If you have a controlling parent, you would understand this. This is genuine tomfoolery once you actually figure out how far this goes. Like, even if I made a video not recently about Spider-Man, I wouldn't be hit with a copyright claim by Insomniac Games just because I was using the music from the game because it's in the game itself. No, I'd at least be perfectly fine with it. But then we have these other fucking artists that come in directly out of nowhere and just hit you with the copyright strike not even 5 milliseconds after you just uploaded. We all remember that drama that happened originally on YouTube with the constant copyright claims and the constant issues to do with it. There were constant YouTubers making up what it was like for the copyright system. And this is just... it's so hard not to think twice about it, but when you make a video that is exactly an hour long, do you really want to spend that entire fucking hour trying to recalculate every single shot and have a different piece of music playing? Like, you wouldn't have fucking Moonlight Sonata start playing, would you? No! Because it'd practically be off for the video itself. I wouldn't be playing Smooth Criminal. The only time that would actually be played is if it was a meme. And Jesus Christ, has it been used in a lot of memes, including Phasmophobia. That is the biggest controversy behind YouTube that a lot of YouTubers acknowledge. It's how absolutely broken the copyright system is. It would all be fun and games if it was at least a little bit more simplified. But no, instead YouTube decided to have everything be a whole entire 37-page document long. Like, they couldn't even simplify it if they fucking tried. And I know I curse a lot. That's the whole point of autism. You get used to it. But just imagine the state us YouTubers are in when we do have to go that far. That is also why most of us would heavily edit the damn video, which takes another day. Heavily editing the video itself takes 6 hours, roughly, if you're a YouTuber like Son of E2 or Alex Webb or the Internet or Anarchist. You could try your best to avoid the copyright claims, but even if you aren't able to, you can blame the YouTube system because it's been broken since 2009. I wished I was joking, but honestly, I'm not. Because that is how... I'm still pissed, don't worry. That is how utterly fucking stupid these copyright claims are. You cannot stop them. Even if you're a YouTuber like Giuseppe, you'll still be hit with that type of copyright issue. It just never ends. It never seems to end, even if you want it to. YouTubers complain about the copyright system for one particular reason. And no, it is not because it just stops the money coming in. It is actually because a lot of the copyright claims that are coming through are false. That is how fucking ridiculous this is. That is how stupid the copyright claims are. Like, you wouldn't be me and then expect not to be pissed after you just had an hour-long video be made just for you to then have to heavily edit it just to avoid those types of issues. That is how utterly stupid it gets. Either you can sign up to get the copyright claim situation sorted out, which might I add, it takes too damn long, because you don't know if the executives are gonna be a bitch either. You don't know if they're gonna be cunts just as bad as the YouTube devs CEOs are. Because it does get to that point. It really does hammer it into your skull like it's some sort of torture method. And I know this video would probably have to be taken down over the amount of cursing I've done in it. But even then, kids nowadays are gonna curse regardless. I mean, we're in a new generation. The new generation's just as fucked as the old one was. And the most insane thing about all of this is that you can't even try to disprove YouTube's staff about the copyright issue, because they're no help either. I've tried to get in contact with one of them last time, back when I did have my original channel, Project Fictional. And trust me, those staff were absolutely no fucking help. Because they roar down the phone expecting you to be the one at fault when you're asking them for help. Like, for them meant to be staff, half of them don't even do their job. Which is just ridiculous. Because aren't they supposed to be helping with the other smaller issues to do with YouTube, like the copyright claims? Because the copyright claims themselves, they're a small issue that still poses a significantly massive cost when it comes to content creation. And it's a lot harder to not dwell on it when you realize how fucking insane the fundamentals it takes just to heavily edit a video just so that you can avoid those copyright issues. And I wished I was joking when I said most of this, but I'm honestly not. I would tend to be in a much funnier, giddy state, but false sugar doesn't exactly fuel your brain. But it shouldn't be like this at all for any YouTube or TikTok platform. Just in general, the copyright system, it's fucking useless. The only purpose it serves is to be a bitch when it wants to. You don't know when it's gonna stop, you don't know how it's gonna end. You don't even know when the hell it might strike. That is the insanity of it. You genuinely have to go off of a simple mindset that turns into a Maze Runner scenario once you actually figure out how insane this is. It's all well and good doing a YouTube video and having background music play until out of nowhere you are hit with that stupid claim. The biggest issue I personally have with those copyright claims isn't just the in-game music that I cannot stop. It is down to the level of insecurity these copyright claims give as well. Because these copyright claims, they make it such a big issue for small YouTubers. Now, big YouTubers that now have high privilege, yeah, they have it easy. But I do not have that fucking luxury, and I never seem to be at that point to even earn that luxury until I probably sell my artwork. And a lot of the artwork I do end up doing is probably the best way I could actually gain money. I don't do that OC shit. But I can say for certain, this is just, it's too fucking much. If things were simpler for YouTube how they used to be, then I'd be able to accept it. But it should not be like a parent holding a child's hand and telling you what you did wrong over the slightest bit of music or the slightest bit of in-game gameplay that by law should be allowed. That is the one massive core part of a lot of the issues with the copyright claim. Now I'm gonna end the video here, and hopefully YouTube gets their shit together again. Or I swear to God their own CEO is gonna see another death. And yes, that is a public threat I'm making towards them, because I do not care if they're a billion-dollar company. I will literally destroy them from the inside. I have more than the knowledge and capability of how big they are. Because like Sony, they only give a shit when there's only money on the table. They only care once your wallet's open. Now with all that said, hope you all enjoyed the video. And if you liked the video, like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.